Thank you, everyone. The viewers outside here, you're welcome back to the Youth Podcast. We are on the second part of our discussion today, uh, mainly on the political situation in Uganda. And I would like to ask you, diplomatic Emily, something about Museveni. As of recent, he has been nominated for presidential seat. Actually, is a flag bearer of NRI. So I would want to know from you, what do you think motivates His Excellency Museveni to hold on to power for nearly 4 decades?
Well, last year, what would be 7 for the seventh term in office?
Mm.
I would say maybe, I would say an answer to it that is something that makes me say because over the years we've seen big policies for governments.
Yeah.
Because in the early 2000s, he promised that by 2017 Uganda would be a middle income country, but that will never happen. And for this year elections, I've been following him also. He's saying that if Ugandans allow him this chance, that he will make Uganda a middle income country, which he
Mm.
promised in the early 2000s and never happened. So I would say that it's something that motivates Museveni to be in office. Because every time he says that Ugandans are the one that are not letting him go. He wants to retire, but Ugandans wanted him in power. But they are the same Ugandans that have been beaten, the same Ugandans that have been abducted. Now, comparing two incidences, I wouldn't say that maybe there's something that motivates Museveni military, because the military, I would say military is one that keeps him in power, but not that something is motivating him. If
Mm.
there's something that motivates him, something that gives him strength to be in power, then it is the military.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's because Museveni, there's something behind it that keeps him in power. I would say it's only the military keeps him in power, according to my own perspective. Because you see some of these Arab military regimes in Africa, they kept in power for so long because of the gun,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
not because of the will of the people. That particular.
That's right.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's much. Honestly, that's much. And on to what I would like to ask you also more. Uh, According to you, also, do you think the system of leadership of Seven has it changed over years from, let me say, from liberation to autocrat? Like this system of leadership since it took on power, has it changed? Do you see any change on these things?
Since Museveni captured power, I would say he hasn't done
Mm.
because we all appreciate what he did. Nobody would appreciate what Museveni has done during the liberation struggle. What Uganda, because he used to say because of Idi Amin were the dictators behind it. But it's the same Museveni that did all what was good for Ugandans at the first. He's now doing the same thing that the other leaders that he said were dictators are doing the same thing. Because abductions were existing during the times of Idi Amin during his tenure, 1971 up to 1979, 1970 1979. But then there are the same things that happened in Uganda. Another one tells you that what keeps Museveni in power is the military, and not the military. But I would say time will also come because power is water, so you don't keep it power for life. So there's a time that you cannot also have the will because Museveni is not there for life. That's what I say about it.
Yeah, that's nice about it. Honestly, and for now, like the general elections are to come. You can see the primary elections are done in Uganda. They had their primary elections and seven the flag bearer. And previously, I see a lot of complaints like rigging of the votes, a lot of things happening. So, according to you, how free and fair are the elections being taken place in Uganda, like under Museveni's rule? How free and fair do you think they are done?
I will say this. Yeah, fair elections. Election is not something that you know going for war.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a must that you go there and you win. So you also accept you lose. But then if you see most of the elections in Uganda, the general elections, you find as I was saying earlier on, there's always a heavy debate. Now if it is fair, why do we during elections, those are happy times people go and choose their leaders. Why do we deploy heavy military like there's war going on?
Mm.
So that one tells you that that one clearly communicates that there's no democracy because even the citizens around you, they see such kind of happenings. The people that will even decide to not be there
Mm.
because of they just they're expecting something that will happen that is very bad. Because okay, I will say the military they can be there, provide some security, of which that is the primary role of the police, not the military. Why do you bring helicopter? Why do you bring drones here?
Yeah.
That tells you that
There's no democracy.
it's a role that they play. I would say that is a partisan role that they are playing. It's not partisan because military will serve the country, or the police will serve the country. But then you find that they become partisan, they only take sides with the ruling party. So that one tells you that there's no democracy.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely.
So,
So,
if I not see there's no democracy, that's what I'm saying.
okay, do you think like there will be a, a genuine democracy? Do you think there will be a genuine democracy as long as Museveni is on power?
That one talk about genuine democracy because the same thing that I've explained when it continuously happens under the way of Museveni, then there's a hope that there's no genuine democracy that takes place in Uganda. That one totally, though Uganda runs a party politics system, but that one doesn't happen. We have
Yeah.
seen over
Yeah.
for the last 6 terms. It was only Museveni that was in power. That's why I was watching one of the interviews saying if he's called a dictator, then he's one of the wonderful dictators in the world. So that's one there, you want to say that there's a democracy. You have seen in the US, you don't have the 2 terms.
Yeah.
But here we have a continuing rule that is only based on the powers of the president. When he sees that the constitution is now against what he does, he, he decides to amend it. They will now give him all the freedoms.
Mm.
Continuous rule as he was doing in 2006 and 2007.
Yeah,
That one
and
tells you there's no democracy.
yeah, and the diplomatic emphasize, I would also want to know from you, like, what are the impacts on the removal of the presidential age limits in 2017 on on the democracy of Uganda?
The impacts of this reform, one is that it is a negative one.
Mm.
Now it has given Museveni a chance to rule indefinitely. Therefore, no one's going to question it because it's now, unless, because I would say even the parliament itself that is supposed to be an independent government
Yeah.
has now failed to play its role. Even when the Supreme Court makes a ruling, the ruling party device, they underrate it. Because there was a time when the Supreme Court ruled that uh, these other political prisoners that are being charged with certain crimes like treason. It is only when they are recommended for a hearing. But if not, the Supreme Court asked for those people to be released. But that one never happened. Instead, the seven spoke and the son spoke. That one, they made their own ruling and the Supreme Court was overthrown.
Mm.
So that's what they are clearly indicates the parliament itself is not neither independent.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that one tells you that the impact